IGNOU MER students, this one video answers the two questions that cost you the most time. What exactly are MERP-001 and MERP-002? And where do they actually sit in your degree? I'm going to show you something that most websites get completely wrong. Here is the direct answer. The IGNOU MER project is two separate project courses. Not one. MERP-001, called Project 1, is a 4-credit project that sits in Semester 2. MERP-002, called Project 2, is a 4-credit project that sits in Semester 4. Each one needs its own approved proposal and its own full report. Across this video, we will cover what MAER really stands for, where both projects sit inside the 64 credits, how the two project courses differ, the exit diploma connection, the official IGNOU handbook that almost nobody mentions, the two research methods IGNOU actually recommends, topic selection with 2 worked examples, your guide and proposal, report structure, submission and marks, and finally whether the degree is worth it. Let us start with the mistake that sends students down completely the wrong road. Search for the MAER project, and you will find websites telling you that MAER means Master of Arts in Educational Research, and that your topic should be about pedagogy, curriculum design, or learner psychology. That is simply wrong. On the official IGNOU program page, MAER is the Master of Arts in Entrepreneurship, offered by the School of Vocational Education and Training, which we call SOVET. Your project has to be about business and enterprise. So here is the program in one slide. IGNOU MER is a 64-credit master's degree spread across 4 semesters. The minimum duration is 2 years and the maximum is 4. To join, you need a bachelor's degree in any discipline. The medium is English only. It runs in open distance learning mode. And the official page notes it is not offered to international students. You might be thinking, does this really matter? It matters a lot. If you write a proposal about school curriculum because a website told you MAER means educational research, your proposal simply does not fit the program. It gets returned. You rewrite it, you resubmit, and you wait for the next cycle. That is 6 months lost because of one bad search result. One quick note before we go deeper. Everything in this video is built from official IGNOU sources. The MAER program page, the SAMOTH admission portal, the SOVET assignment booklets, and the official MERP-001 handbook. But fees, deadlines and portal links change every session. So always confirm the live details on the IGNOU website and with your regional center. Now the structural point that changes how you plan your whole degree. Almost every third-party page describes MERP-001 and MERP-002 as end-of-program projects, or final year projects. The official course structure says something different. MERP-001 sits in Semester 2. That is your first year, not your last. Only MERP-002 is a final semester project. Here is your first year. Semester 1 is MER-001, Business Environment, MER-002, Fundamentals of Entrepreneurship, MER-003, Business Ideation and Opportunity Identification, and MER-004, Business Development and Entrepreneurial Competencies. Semester 2 is MER-005, IPR and Technology Commercialization, MER-006, Management of New and Small Enterprises, MER-007, Government Initiatives and MSME Development, MER-008, Finance and Accounting, and then your first project, MERP-001. Your second year runs like this. Semester 3 is MER-009, Marketing Management, MER-010, Organizational Management and Labor Relations, MER-011, Startup, Incubation and Business Ethics, and MER-012, Business Research Methods and Applications. Semester 4 is MER-013, IT and Entrepreneurship. MER-014, Innovation and Strategic Management. MER-015, Social Entrepreneurship. And your second project, MERP-002. So hold this in your head. MERP-001 is Semester 2. MERP-002 is Semester 4. 2 full semesters of coursework sit between them. They are not one continuous piece of work. Here is a small detail that trips up a lot of students. Many sites list all 16 courses as 4 credits each. That would add up to 68 credits, but the program is 64. The reason is that MER-005 and MER-007 are 2 credit courses. Everything else, including both projects, is 4 credits, so each semester works out to exactly 16 credits. There is also an exit option you should know about. IGNOU allows MAER learners to exit after successfully completing the first year. That is 2 semesters and 32 credits, with a PG Diploma in Entrepreneurship, coded PGDER. That is a genuine qualification, not a consolation prize. And now put those 2 facts together, because this is the part almost nobody explains. Semester 1 is 16 credits. Semester 2 is 16 credits, and MERP-001 is one of those Semester 2 courses. So MERP-001 sits inside the 32 credits you need for the exit diploma. If you are planning to leave after the first year with the PG Diploma, you still have to complete Project 1. There is no way around it. Next, the difference between the 2 project courses. Here is the third myth, and it is a widely copied one. Several sites claim that MERP-001 is the proposal phase, and that MERP-002 is where you execute that same proposal. That is not how the structure works. They are 2 independent 4-credit project courses in 2 different academic years. Each one has its own proposal and its own finished report. Let us put them side by side. MERP-001 is a Semester 2 4-credit project. The official handbook advises the case study method or the survey method, and it is about investigating a real business problem. It is also required for the exit diploma. MERP-002 is a Semester 4 4-credit project. It comes after you have studied research methods, so it is expected to be a larger and more independent study, and it completes the full master's degree. So what does that mean for your planning? It means you should plan for 2 complete project cycles across your degree. Not 1, 2 topics, 2 proposal proformas, 2 guide biodatas, 2 approvals, 2 reports and 2 submissions. Students who assume there is only 1 cycle usually discover the second one far too late. Now here is something genuinely useful that I have not seen explained anywhere else. MER-012. Business Research Methods and Applications is a Semester 3 course. Look at where that falls. It comes after MERP-001 and before MERP-002. So any advice telling you to finish MER-012 before writing your first synopsis is structurally impossible. Once you see it, the design logic is obvious. You do a guided, method-light project first. Then you formally learn research methods. Then you do a bigger, more independent project. Project 1 teaches you the process. Project 2 tests whether you learned it. This changes how ambitious you should be. For MERP-001, you are not expected to run advanced statistics that you have not been taught yet. A well-executed case study of 1 or 2 enterprises, or a clean survey with a modest sample, is exactly what the handbook is asking for. Save the heavier design for MERP-002. 3 practical consequences follow from this. First, start early. Begin thinking about Project 1 during Semester 1, not Semester 4. Second, you may use the same guide for both projects or a different guide for each. Third, and this is important, Never reuse your Project 1 topic for Project 2. Choose a fresh problem. Now let me show you a document that most MAER students never find. A lot of pages imply that IGNOU gives you no real guidance for the MERP courses, and that therefore you have to buy a ready-made sample. That is not true. IGNOU publishes a dedicated MERP-001 Project Handbook on eGyanKosh, prepared by the SOVET faculty, and MERP-002 has its own official course material as well. Here is what that handbook actually contains. An introduction, the objectives of the project course, a section on project work in entrepreneurship, a full section on the case study method, a full section on the survey method, then writing the project proposal, writing the project report, and finally evaluation of the project report. That is your real rulebook. And there is one instruction in that handbook that you should not miss. It says that although many methods exist, in MERP-001, you are advised to use the case study method or the survey method. It does allow other methods where they genuinely fit, but those two are the recommended routes. If you pick one of them, you are already aligned with what the evaluator expects. So how do you choose between them? The case study route means one enterprise, or a small set of them, and you go for depth rather than breadth. You use interviews, business records, and observation. It works well when access is easy but numbers are few. For example, a family business or a single local unit. The survey route means many respondents and a structured questionnaire. You go for breadth and you report percentages, tables, and simple comparisons. It works well when you can reach a clearly defined group, such as a market, a cluster, or a customer base. If you are still unsure, use this simple test. Ask yourself one question. What data can I realistically collect in the next 8 weeks? If you can genuinely sit down with 2 or 3 business owners and look at their records, do a case study. If you can reach 50 or more respondents in a clearly defined group, do a survey. Choosing the method you can actually complete is what gets you finished on time. Where do you find all of this? On eGyanKosh, search for MERP-001 and MERP-002. Inside the SOVET and MAER collection, on the IGNOU website, open the MAER program page. Under the School of Vocational Education and Training, and the program coordinators for MAER are listed there with their email addresses. All of it is free. And here is a small myth that wastes a surprising amount of time. Students go looking for the MERP-001 assignment. There is no such thing. The official MAER assignment booklet covers only the 15 theory courses, MER-001 through MER-015. For the project courses, there is no tutor-marked assignment. Your project report is the entire assessment. Let us talk about choosing a topic that actually gets approved. The first rule is the domain rule. You will find topic lists online, offering econometric modeling and macroeconomic policy for the MERP courses. Those belong to an economics program, not to MAER. Your topic must connect to what you actually studied: business ideation, MSME policy, finance for small firms, marketing, incubation, innovation, or social enterprise. Here are 10 directions that fit Project 1 well. Why small units avoid formal registration. How a family enterprise handles succession. Working capital problems in a local cluster. Customer retention in a single retail unit. Barriers women face in starting a micro-enterprise. How one enterprise priced its first product. Use of a government scheme by nearby firms. Supplier and credit relationships in a market. Why a local startup changed its idea. And skill gaps reported by small employers. Let me give you a worked example for Project 1. Barriers to Udyam registration among small handloom weaving units in Bhagalpur. A survey of 60 micro units. Look at why that works. It is local. It is clearly entrepreneurial. The group is precisely defined. And 60 respondents is realistic for a first project. It also links straight back to MER-007 on MSME development. And here is how you turn that title into a real study. The problem is that many units stay outside the formal system. Objective 1. Profile the 60 units you survey. Objective 2. Identify the main reasons for non-registration. Objective 3. Measure awareness of the benefits. Objective 4. Suggest practical corrective steps. Your method is a structured questionnaire. Your sample is 60 units from a defined cluster. Your analysis is percentages, simple tables and charts. Your output is a short list of actionable recommendations, and you state honestly that studying one cluster limits how far you can generalize. For Project 2, you can be more ambitious. A full feasibility study for a new venture, a business plan with market and financial projections, a comparative study of 2 incubation models, innovation adoption across a supplier network, an impact assessment of a social enterprise, a digital channel strategy for an existing small firm, growth barriers across a sample of MSMEs, or an evaluation of a state entrepreneurship scheme. And here is a worked example for Project 2, a feasibility study and business plan for a cold chain aggregation unit, serving banana growers in Theni district, Tamil Nadu. Notice the step up. You are now estimating demand, mapping competitors, costing capital, running a break-even analysis and assessing risk. That is a semester 4 level of work, and it is completely different from the Project 1 topic. Whichever project you are on, the practical rule is the same. The strongest MAER projects are built on businesses you can physically visit, and people who will actually answer your questions. A modest study with real primary data beats an impressive title with nothing behind it, every single time. If you want the full method for narrowing a topic, we have a separate video on IGNOU project topic selection. Next, your guide and your proposal. Now, your project guide across IGNOU. Master's programs, the guide is normally a postgraduate in a relevant discipline, with solid teaching, research, or industry experience. That can be IGNOU faculty, an academic counselor, or a qualified professional. Relatives are not permitted. Do confirm the exact eligibility wording in your current MERP handbook, because schools word this slightly differently. And remember, a signed biodata of your guide is mandatory. Without it, proposals are simply not processed. Your approval packet has 3 documents, and you will send it twice across the degree. 1. The Proforma for approval of project proposal, signed by you and by your guide. 2. The biodata of your guide, signed and dated. 3. The synopsis itself, prepared together with your guide. And always keep a full copy of everything you send. And here is the hard gate. Approval is not a formality. If you change your proposal after approval, or if you collect all your data first and write the proposal afterwards, the report can be rejected at evaluation, get the approval, then collect the data, in that order. For a full section-by-section synopsis walkthrough, we have a separate IGNOU synopsis video. Now let us build the report itself. A clean MAER project report follows this shape. A cover page carrying your title, name, enrollment number, and course code. A student declaration that the work is your own. A certificate signed by your guide. Acknowledgement and table of contents. Chapter 1, Introduction and the Problem. Chapter 2, Review of Literature and Context. Chapter 3, Objectives and Research Methodology. Chapter 4, Data Analysis and Findings. Chapter 5, Conclusions and Recommendations. And then references, your questionnaire and any appendices. Here is a small detail that matters more than you would expect. Because MAER has 2 project courses, your cover page and every submission field must name the correct one, MERP-001 or MERP-002. A Project 2 report labeled as Project 1 creates a mismatch at evaluation, and that delays your grade card. One more thing on the report. Downloaded and lightly edited reports circulate widely for the MERP courses. Because the same few sample titles get sold again and again. Evaluators do see them. Use a sample only to understand structure. Then collect your own data and write in your own words. For page setup, fonts, margins, and referencing, we have a dedicated IGNOU project format video. Now, submission and marks. IGNOU now runs project submission through an online portal that opens fresh for each term end session. You upload the entire report as one single complete PDF. 2 things to remember. Reports sent by email are not accepted. And you should not upload your synopsis to the project portal because the synopsis travels a different route. This is worth slowing down on because students confuse the 2 stages. Stage 1 is the synopsis. The Proforma, the guide bio data, and the synopsis go for approval, not evaluation. Confirm the exact route with your regional center or the school, because IGNOU has been moving approvals to email and digital routes. Stage 2 is the report. The finished report goes as a single PDF to the session project portal. You pay the evaluation fee with your exam form, and you save the confirmation as proof. On timing. For the June term end examination, the project deadline usually falls around the 31st of May. For the December session, it usually falls around the 30th of November. On cost, the project evaluation fee has been in the range of 300 rupees. For project work up to 4 credits. And since both MERP courses are 4 credits, that band applies. But every figure here can change. So confirm it on the current session notification before you pay. If you need to ask someone official, your program sits with the School of Vocational Education and Training at Indira Gandhi National Open University, Maidan Garhi, New Delhi, 110068. General project queries go to projects at ignou.ac.in, but your own regional center is usually the fastest first stop. For approval route and deadline questions. How are these projects assessed? Your project report is the whole assessment for the course. There is no term end paper and no assignment. IGNOU's general postgraduate pass standard is 40%, and a Viva Voce may be arranged where the school or the regional center requires one. Because the exact mark split and Viva position can differ, confirm both in your current MERP handbook before you plan around them. And if your proposal comes back, do not panic. A rejected proposal is not a failure. You get comments back, revise exactly what was flagged, and resubmit on a fresh Proforma. Because a revised proposal is treated as a new proposal. The same applies if you change your guide. A new guide means a new Proforma and a new signature. Let us collect the 10 mistakes that delay MERP students most often. Assuming MAER means educational research. Treating Project 1 as a final year project. Thinking Project 1 is only a proposal. Reusing the Project 1 topic for Project 2. Hunting for an assignment that does not exist. Starting fieldwork before approval. Submitting without the guide's signed biodata. Writing the wrong course code on the cover. Uploading a synopsis to the project portal, and missing the session deadline by a few days. Finally, the question students actually want answered. First, is it valid? IGNOU is a central university established by an Act of Parliament in 1985. Its degrees are recognized by member institutions of the Association of Indian Universities and are at par with degrees from other Indian universities. So an MAER from IGNOU is a real master's degree. Second, is it good for working professionals? MAER suits 3 groups especially well. People already running a small business, people working inside an MSME or a family enterprise, and graduates who are planning to start something. The distance format means you keep earning while you study. And here is a nice advantage. Your own enterprise can become a legitimate case for Project 1. Third, career scope. The official program page points to grassroots, supervisory, and middle-level roles in the corporate sector, as well as work in non-government and private organizations. In practice, MAER graduates head towards 4 broad directions: their own venture, MSME support, lending and advisory work, incubators, accelerators and early-stage startup teams, and the development sector in livelihoods, skilling and enterprise promotion. And let me be honest with you about outcomes. No degree guarantees a job or a successful business on its own, but 2 completed MERP projects give you something most candidates cannot show: evidence that you identified a real business problem, gathered your own data, and produced recommendations somebody could actually use. That is worth far more than the certificate alone. Let us finish with the question students ask most. Is MERP-001 compulsory? Yes. It is a 4-credit semester 2 course, and it also sits inside the 32 credits needed for the exit diploma. Can I submit both projects together? They are separate courses with separate approvals. Plan 2 full cycles. Do not assume one submission covers both. Which method should I use for MERP-001? The official handbook advises the case study method or the survey method, while allowing others where they genuinely fit. And is there a MERP-001 assignment? No. The MAER assignment booklet covers only the 15 theory courses. Can I use my own business as the case? Yes. And that is often an excellent choice for Project 1, provided you study it honestly and your guide approves the proposal. And where do I submit the finished report? Through the online project portal that IGNOU opens for your term end session as one complete PDF. So here is your recap. MERP-001 is semester 2, MERP-002 is semester 4, 4 credits each, 2 complete project cycles, and Project 1 sits inside the 32 credits for the exit diploma. Above all, MAER is entrepreneurship, and Project 1 is not a final year project. So what should you do this week? Download the official MERP-001 Handbook, decide between the case study route and the survey route, and speak to a possible guide. Program-wise, IGNOU. Project guides are on IGNOUproject.com, and for personal help with your synopsis or report, you can message us on WhatsApp. If this video helped, please subscribe to Shri Chakradhar Education for more program-wise IGNOU project guides, and always verify every official detail on the IGNOU website before you submit. Good luck with both your projects.